Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is Larry W.Brooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this Thursday, just like it is every Thursday here in the noon hour at the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. As you can see, back holding it down in his seat is a man who needs no introduction, but yet every Thursday I always do it.
That's right.
He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, and the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. We want to thank him for carving some time out of his immensely busy schedule to sit in with us this Thursday. I want to introduce to the audience the Texas real estate king, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's shaking, brother?
Hey, man, I can't call it. The energy you always, the thunder you bring when you do the introducctions, bro.
Thursday, bro. Stop playing with me,
man.
Thursday, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's been good, man. Good to have you back out here. You brought the good weather with you, bro. I don't know what it is, man.
It follows me, man.
I don't know. The sun's shining, the sky blue, bro.
Well, hey, the hot weather, and we coming.
And you know, it's funny, man, because it's super cool. The great thing about you, your professional brand, is that you are open and so transparent as far as the real estate work that you put in, some of the things you do off the clock. And it's really enlightening how often people reach out to me because of the things that they notice that you do that's not real estate related.
That's what's up.
So for those who don't follow you on social media, what's been going on in the world of the Texas real estate king, man, and everything over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm?
Man, you know, we're staying busy, man. What can I tell you, man? We keep keeping our classes rolling in. For those of you that don't know, at Brooks & Davis, we keep a plethora of activities going, everything from wine tastings that we had at the office last week to study hall, and new agent training. So we keeping it busy over there. And just personally, man, you know, it's summertime, so I'm getting ready to enjoy every holiday that takes place during this summer.
And I appreciate you for mentioning that. So big shout out to the King Connector, Mr. Kenny Henry, man. He hosted the wine tasting over at the Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm Testing and Education Center. Yep. If you missed that event, where were you? What was you doing? Because, man, my goodness gracious, it was a great event. We will be hosting other events and working with Mr. Kenny Henry and everything and everyone over at his wine brand. So stay tapped in to the Texas Real Estate King on Instagram. Stay tapped into myself on IG, and you'll stay up to date and you won't miss the next Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm wine tasting.
True.
Look, man, you know, we're at the part of the show where you so graciously reveal to our audience some of the links that you go through to gain commitments from the talented guests that we have here on the show on a weekly basis. So what can you share with our audience about the relationship building that it took to gain a commitment from this week's guest?
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. I had the honor and the pleasure to be on their radio show probably about a month ago. Great energy, great people. And I wanted to find time to have them to be a part of the platform that we have, because I see the value in everything that they got going on. Especially got a special event that's coming here very soon too. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to get them in front of our audience in order to express the love that I got when I was on their show. And not only that, just the things that they're doing, man. So it was easy. You know, we reached out, we got a good quick yes confirmation, and today they're here with us.
You know, I want to thank them in advance for carving time out of their schedule,
man,
because
I
know it's so important that we try to expose the members of our audience to the best and brightest in the city of Houston as far as marketing, professional networking, professional goods and services that allow entrepreneurs and business professionals to take their brand and their companies to the next level. And today's guests specialize in doing just that. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest. Together we have the team from T&R Solutions. So I want to thank Mr. Roger Richards and Ms. Taz Stansberry for coming in, sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. How are you all?
Wonderful.
We're doing pretty great.
Wonderful.
Hey, look, man, it's so funny because we talked a little bit before we started recording, and I told you, I said, man, we'll try to have as much fun as we can have in 26 minutes, and I want to thank y'all because I know how Thursdays can be for myself, Mr. Brooks, and business professionals like you. So first for you, Taz, could you just introduce T&R Solutions to our audience and talk about what it is you guys provide as far as goods and services?
Yeah, absolutely. So T&R Solutions, Taz and Roger, we have a few solutions that we think that, many of you in the audience might be able to benefit from, especially if you guys are interested in getting into the financial space, getting financially responsible, learning how to probably do something a little new that's on the scene, this trading crypto space. We love to educate people, and we do that by way of our own education in that field. So we connect with others in that arena. We vet different companies to make sure that it is legitimate, and we find value in it, and then we offer it to people that do sign up with us. So I mean, even going into investing, the investing space in insurance or, stocks, things of that nature. So T&R Solutions is really on a mission to enlighten the financial space. We want to make it look cool.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the foundations of the platform we here at Prime Real Estate Network is to bridge that wealth gap that is in America. And I'm working under the assumption that that's a similar goal for you all as well. But my question is, what was it that first piqued your interest, or what issue or problem did you see in the marketplace that you knew that T&R Solutions could help bridge that gap or fill in those cracks?
Definitely. So my interest stemmed from, after graduating college back in the day.
Okay, where school did we go to?
I graduated from Texas Southern.
Okay, we got to represent.
Yes. And so I did get my bachelor's degree in business management, and so kind of naturally my interest was in the financial accounting industry. I went directly into banking after graduating college. So I was a personal banker at a few different banks, Capital One, Bank of Texas, and so I began to learn the importance of managing finances, and I began to learn the importance of investing in things that we typically don't just see. You kind of have to have faith in the market. You have to understand, what stocks are doing. Before then I had just seen it in movies, but having that up close and personal relationship with my banking customers who were $1 million business owners, I got to understand and ask questions like, what did you do? What are you doing? And one thing that they always told me is that's not, if you're going to ever become a millionaire, one source of income is not going to get you there. One vehicle is not going to get you there. So I took heed to that. And then as I continued on, I developed my own entrepreneurial spirit based on the advice that I was given, and began to venture off into different businesses and exercise those things that I picked up along the way.
It's really cool, and I want to ask you this, Roger, because Larry and I talk a lot on the show about the value of partnerships in business. How in a good partnership you can accentuate the positives, and you guys can feed off each other and build the business to levels that as an individual it might have been a bit more challenging to get to. So as a member of this partnership, what type of value could you illustrate for our audience that being in a partnership brings from a business perspective?
I mean, we can definitely see, different views, knowing that we both have the same, goals in terms of, where we want to be in life and stuff like that. It's pretty easy to actually put, our heads together and find solutions. That's why we call ourselves T&R Solutions.
Yes.
Because, just as her, I saw, my issue was basically, what people go through on a day-to-day basis, like going to a job that they hate and thinking about going to a job where you spend most of your time, like 8 hours. Some people spend 16 hours, 12 hours, and they hate that job. Unlike her, I was not doing anything in the financial space. I was a chef by profession, and just basically, looking for new things, new ways to, basically see where I can actually excel in life and not continue to do the things that I'm not interested in. Was my main goal, and trying to find, what I'm, what I really want to do with life. Where can I actually, be happy and, live the life that I want to be able to travel and stuff like that. And, just being able to come into a partnership with her, knowing that, she has, we have a lot in similar in terms of, goals and stuff that, we're trying to get towards. And, it's really important when it comes to, working with someone to have, similar goals, being able to, share information with each other. Even as we look for different opportunities that we are, sharing with individuals, it helps because we are open-minded to, different things. Okay, we need to drop this because there are companies that we drop, companies that we pick up. So we will communicate with each other. Okay, this is not working. We need to drop this, or, moving on like that. So the communication is pretty key.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Taz, similar question for you. From your perspective, what do you gain as far as being a part of a partnership? Because there's members of our audience that currently have coworkers, people that they are friends, family, that they are like-minded as far as their business approach, but are apprehensive about moving forward, making those commitments to each other in that way. So for members of our audience, what value do you see in the actual partnership that, may alleviate some of the concerns that people may have?
Absolutely. So in my experience with just coming from the workplace or the typical 9-to-5 situation into a partnership, one of the things that I do find essential is the fact that I don't have to know everything.
That's right.
I appreciate the fact of being able to rely on my partner to initiate, something that I didn't even think about, so it brings light to the situation and being able to help become more open-minded. When Roger has an idea about something that I totally probably it went over my head, the way that he brings it and breaks it down and informs me, okay, we need to do this because this is going on in the market today. And I appreciate that because that's something, an area that I probably didn't even think to even look in. I'm more so, marketing. When we do find the idea that we want to grow on, I process that digitally, like little things start happening up here creatively. And so we put that creative energy and that, mental energy together, and it just explodes.
One of the things that Larry and I talked about, and we've talked about a lot in the time where we've had this particular platform, is the grassroots efforts that it's going to take to educate our people in a way about real estate and finances to help start bridging that gap.
True.
Larry, I know you've gone through you've had some unique approaches to being able to get out in the community, meet and greet people.
Yeah.
What have you all found was the best way to actually get out, meet our people, and start having and establishing your education platform? Because I'm sure that's what you end up doing with 90% of your time, is actually educating people as far as the benefits of financial services and working with you.
Well, lucky for us, and the type of business that we have, a lot of it developed during the pandemic. So a lot of people at that time were looking for ways to make extra income.
Yes.
They were looking for ways to do that without even having to leave their homes.
Yeah.
So a lot of our success came from doing Zoom calls, having Zoom meetings. And, it became, I'm pretty sure everyone could agree that social media just popped.
That's right.
During that time, because everybody was now reliant on, Instagram, Facebook, and although that's something we've always been doing, but more so during a pandemic when you're stuck in your homes, you can't really get out and meet people up close and personal. We got to wear the masks and all these things. So it was more acceptable to shoot somebody a DM and, hey, are you interested in making some additional income at this time? So that's what seemed to have worked for us, and that's the trend that continues.
Larry, did you notice a similar trend during the pandemic as far as social media interaction?
I did.
How people were starting to be more interactive as far as Facebook when you reach out to people, or people reaching out to you more often during that time?
Yeah, and I think one of the things that stood out about it is that was an opportunity to get more educated on things that you may not have been aware of, right? So, from one of the things that stands out to me is if it's somebody that came out of the pandemic and they didn't come out rejuvenated with a positive mindset on how they could do something better or find a way to invest their money in places that it can work for them, then that's sad, right? Because that was one of those, the pandemic really gave us an opportunity to reset. Now, I'm not saying that if you were sick, if you had the cough and the flu or whatever it came along with it, you get a pass. But if you were not, even myself, and I had been successful in real estate for years, but even I learned new tricks and trades that I wanted to take part in that I just didn't know existed. So, if you walked out of the pandemic and your life wasn't changed in a positive way, then you missed the curve right there. You missed the opportunity. So
absolutely, and Roger, you mentioned a little bit, and I don't know if you thought that I noticed, but I noticed you mentioned that you were a professional chef and you have that core competency. When we come back from our break, I want to talk to both of you all about your life before entrepreneurship, what you guys did before being a business owner, and what was the tipping point of motivation that motivated you to get from the sideline to actually dive into the game and get involved, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W.Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
3 years ago, I set out on a mission to create the blueprint for how we could go into our own neighborhoods, buy blocks, renovate them, and combat the negative effects of gentrification. Today, that vision is reality. Our project is located in the heart of the historic Lyons Avenue Business District in 5th Ward of Houston. Lyons Avenue was once a thriving black business district with businesses and commerce. However, after desegregation, that all changed. Now, we are recreating that legacy. These buildings are 100 years old. We just gave them a new life. This house was built in 1925 and was vacant for years. It's now a podcast studio and is rented out as an event space for everything from engagement parties to TV commercials, music videos. City Council even had meetings here. We've had birthday parties. We've had baby showers. And the $5,000 to $10,000 a month generated in this building.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I'm here with my co-host, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, back sitting in the seat that he's made so famous, man. Appreciate you for holding it down with us, man.
No doubt, man.
It's been good, man. It's a great interview, man. You outdid yourself today, man. So big shout out to the Texas Real Estate King's book of connections and networking, because today I hope everyone in the audience has had the opportunity and the luxury to take something from the team here that we have, and I want to introduce them. This is the team from T&R Solutions. I would like to introduce Mr. Roger Richards and Ms. Taz Stansberry. Thank you so much for sitting in with us. In the first part of our interview, we talked a lot about your company, the structure, the services you provide, and what motivates you to get out in the community and help our people on a daily basis. But what I want to ask both of you all, because sometimes Larry has gone through this and I go through this a lot, is that when people meet you, sometimes they judge you as the person you are, and they don't necessarily appreciate the evolutionary process that it takes to be the person that you present yourself to at the time that they meet them. So this is for you, Taz. Before your journey as an entrepreneur and businesswoman, what did you do when you were fresh out of TSU, and what motivated you to jump in this fast lane?
So I did a few things My very first internship was with the marketing firm of a magazine.
Okay.
And so I had the opportunity to get out there and instantly get my feet wet with, walking into businesses, knocking door to door, asking if people wanted to place ads in the magazine. And so that experience gave me the drive that I needed and the confidence that I needed in order to go out and implement that into my own businesses that I did, pursue, as well as in banking. The banking gave me the professionalism. It helped me to be more customer service oriented and just, financial literate, it gave me the literacy that I needed and to just apply to my own life and, family members.
So before you made the change, was it events at work that built up to you making the change? Was it a personal epiphany? Did you have a moment of clarity, or can you pinpoint the day, the week? Okay,
I literally can. It was. I think I was in high school.
Oh wow.
Because you asked about hair at one point before we got on camera, and so I did hair throughout high school.
Oh, wow.
So I always knew that I wanted to have my own salon. I always knew that that's what kind of shaped my decision to go to school for business management. And I just wanted to be in that space. I had fun with the photo shoots and turning people's image into something that they probably never even imagined themselves to be, and just watching them be uplifted about it. So I got great pleasure out of doing that, and I knew then I was going to have to take another journey before I can get there, because obviously investments are required to own those types of or jumpstart those types of businesses. So I had to take a little detour in life and go through the corporate 9-to-5 jobs before I actually made,
Right.
my ultimate goal.
No, and same question for you, Raj. I know you shared a little bit about your background in the first segment, and if you did not hear him share that, you can go back. This episode debuts at 6 p.m. this Sunday on the Prime Real Estate Network channel. But Roger, share with our audience a little bit about your background and what you did before being an entrepreneur, sir.
All right. So, basically, to make it quick, I started off as a, chef as profession. Went to school back in Grenada, went to college, and, was granted an opportunity to come over here in the United States to do internship, where I did internship in New York for 6 months, then came over here to Houston, did internship for a year. And, stuff happened, decided to stay, worked at a couple of restaurants, and, started to learn that this wasn't for me. Right, because every single restaurant that I worked in did not work out or make me feel as fulfilled in life like I wanted to be feeling. So I remember coming to the point where I was actually feeling pretty down and out, and what can I do differently to basically have success. I love listening to motivational videos. So there was this guy that I was listening to that spoke about actually doing the things that you love and finding ways to make money doing it.
Absolutely.
Right. So when I heard that, I actually started going online looking for different stuff. One of my friends back in the Caribbean was promoting a business, and that's why I got into the foreign exchange space. Never knew anything about Forex, never heard about it. And he showed me a video, enjoyed the video, said, okay, this is for me. Right? You can make money from anywhere, on pool, wherever. And then that's basically where everything basically started. Get into the network marketing space, and stuff start actually going the way that I wanted from that.
The thing I was most intrigued about with your story was being a professional chef. In a former life, I lived in Las Vegas, and quite a few of my real estate clients were in the professional cooking industry, were chefs and things of that nature, and it's a really tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised, and another thing I gained from that is that there's a level of artistry that is involved, and you start seeing personality traits that reflect that of a fine artist. So considering that you've made your transition, do you still tap into that community and try to illustrate and educate those people who are coming from that same place that you were once in?
I mean, I haven't really paid too much attention back on, the art of cooking and everything like that. I mean, it's something that I still enjoy and I will do, but not in the space of, working in a restaurant with somebody.
Exactly.
I don't want to walk up the ladder and stuff like that. But, it's definitely something we have been discussing, having our own restaurant and stuff like that later on. and stuff like. So these are stuff that we've been discussing for.
And the reason I bring that up is because I remember when I first started practicing real estate in Nevada, and I was reaching out to people in the culinary industry, I realized how few business professionals reach out to them and let them know what they qualify for as far as loans, what they could do as far as ownership. Because so much, like you say, it's an artistry factor to the point where they'll just get an apartment, rent it, and work at a fine restaurant for 10 to 15 years where they could have bought property, invested in stocks and bonds, real estate, things of that nature. So if you haven't, I'm sure there's members of the culinary industry that checks out our show. Reach out to Roger, reach out to Taz, because I'm sure you're not taking as much of advantage of your earnings as you could be if you were working with a professional like these two that could point you in the right direction. So I always ask this question because it's really cool, because so many entrepreneurs have so many events that they host on a regular basis. A running joke with me and Mr. Brooks is we always ask him what he got going this weekend, and he always has a million things going on. So for people in our audience, Taz Rogers, who want to meet you, who want to meet, greet, engage, what events are you headlining, sponsoring, coming up in the near future where people can get out and meet the team from T&R Solutions?
Actually, we have a very exciting event coming this Saturday, guys. So if you're free this Saturday, it's the start of the summer. Kids are out of school. I expect that you don't want to miss this event. You don't want to miss this event. It's local. It's here on Highway 6. If you visit our Instagrams, you'll be able to find exactly where the event is located. It's going to be a block party filled with vendors. You can shop. We're going to have music, the DJ. We're even having a live performance going on there. Yes, and then it's kind of like the after celebratory birthday for myself. I just had a birthday a couple of days ago, so thank you so much. So we're going to kind of incorporate that. The venue is the Daiquiri Kings location, and so the owner of the Daiquiri Kings, it's his birthday as well. So we're collaborating on
this. It's gonna be nice that day, boy.
We're celebrating. It's called the Gemini Small Business Networking Block Party.
Are y'all still bringing on new vendors as well, or?
We do have a few more spaces open and available.
Message
for those of you who have some items that you want to display or set up, or services, or sponsors as well. We'll be glad to have you out there and just celebrate and have a good time with us. The weather's going to be nice. It's going to be some of the vendors that we have real estate. We have some financial, like lending, some loan officers out there.
Absolutely.
We have the Turkey Leg Hut is going to be out there with the food truck. Some people who make some nice jewelry. We have a plethora of things going on out there. So
absolutely. And for those members of our audience that might be culinary professionals or people who want to tap in and learn more about investing through you all, what would be the best way for them to tap in and schedule a consultation with either of you two?
Yeah, they could just visit the website. We have a way for them to just enter in what service they are interested in discussing, and we'll receive a direct email or notification, and we'll schedule it.
And the website is?
It's TNRSolutions.com. It's going to be www.TNRSolutions.com.
Perfect, man. I thank you guys so much. I urge everyone in the audience, follow, tap in, come out this Saturday. It's going to be a great time, great vendors, great professionals, but most importantly, it shows how many people feel that bridge, that gap in wealth in America needs to be closed. And it shows solidarity, and it also shows that this community, the real estate professionals, are out and about. If you want to be educated, you want to know more, you want to learn, come out. It's free.
It's a free event.
Absolutely. And I want to thank everybody for coming out and checking it out. Mr. Brooks.
What up?
You know what I mean? You know, it's that time of the show, like it is every week.
You know, the funny thing is this. So to answer that question, Brooks and Davis has a lot of events that will be taking place at the office.
Right.
And myself, I'll be in Dallas, Texas. So for those of you that are in Dallas, Texas, you want to do a little FaceTime, do some lunch, maybe some dinner or something like that on me, just reach out. Let's catch up. But I'll be in this downtown area of Dallas, Texas.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone in the audience, please, if you are a aspiring real estate professional, or if you're a newly licensed real estate professional and you want to learn more about Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, visit our website at brooksanddavis.com. Schedule a consultation, and we would love to talk to you about all the great things that we do at Brooks and Davis to not only empower agents, but also help to establish a foundation of success for their real estate business and brand. On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. If you need anything in the meantime, in between time, we're just a text, call, inbox, or DM message away. And until next Thursday, everyone out there in the audience, please be safe and be blessed.